So, hi everyone, and welcome to the fourth town hall meeting. So, today we will be discussing everything Apex related. It's a chance for the community to debrief what happened last week and also for those who weren't there to kind of reconnect with the community. And this will be our agenda for today. So, we will kick off with an introduction from XRPL Commons, announce some news that we have. And then we will ask different community members to share their experience of Apex. And then finally, we will talk about any upcoming events and opportunities in the ecosystem. And we will also dedicate some time for open questions. So without further ado, David, do you want to kick off this meeting?
It would be my pleasure. Hi, everyone. So Apex, 1 week later, we have a lot of sleep to catch up on. I think this week was particularly intense, and it's great to get this time to reflect on what happened during Apex. Not only the 2 days of conference, but for everyone to understand, Apex started a few days before. It started on Saturday with a weekend hackathon organized by EZA in Singapore. So that brought together several teams, about 40 teams of hackers who spent the whole weekend working on solutions on different tracks. And so we had like an early start of Apex with a really boiling community, super vibrant. Love the vibe there. Love the ideas of the builders with young developers and more senior hackers. People came from a lot of different places. And then before Apex started, Ubri Connect, we'll get into what Ubri is in a minute, but Ubri Connect happened at the National University of Singapore the day before, so a full day dedicated to research. And this network is particularly dear to us because we work a lot with the universities in this network. So it went, I would say the atmosphere of Apex ramped up several days before Apex started. And then the 2 days focused on the ecosystem, the startups, the big companies, the developers, the entrepreneurs, everyone working or willing to work on the XRP ledger got together in a beautiful location in Singapore. Shout out to the events team at Ripple who organized it because it was, I think, one of the best I attended. For me, it's the fourth time I attend Apex, and everything was super smooth. The location was huge and very central. I would say Singapore is not so central for us. It was a 12-hour flight. For some of us, it was a 20-hour flight. But I was amazed to see how many people showed up. So having this sort of unique opportunity once a year to meet with people we work with on a regular basis, face to face, was amazing. And a few people I wanted to mention who, for some of them, it's the first time we meet in person. CryptoQueen, hi CryptoQueen, I saw you already connected. Dazzling, we both came to Paris to pay us a visit before Apex. Moonkey, Vet, and the First Ledger team. I think it was the first time we really sat down all together, had many opportunities to talk to each of the people in this team, but not all the team at once. Crippen Rider for the first time. It was really funny to meet someone who we interact with on a daily basis, and suddenly you can put a face on the name. The whole Ripple X team, the DevRels, TQ came from Japan, Jake from Korea, Dennis, Dennis from XRPL Labs, the Flare team, the Pierces team, the people from Agent.Run, some of them we have incubated here in Paris. So it is really great to see how the projects evolve. Also, new people we met for the first time. I'm thinking about the team from Neti, who I think are going to be super present in our ecosystem in the months and the year to come. Yeah, came from Poland for Apex this year. The team from Axiology from Lithuania, Also, the team are friends from the new XRPL Foundation. So Luc, Matt, Fabio, Robert, people we've been working on a weekly basis for more than a year now. It was really good to get together. And also the leadership team at Ripple. So I think for me, it was the first time I could meet with Brad, Monica, and David Forts in the same conference at once. So honestly, a lot of conversations. I think this week has been for me a tunnel of uninterrupted conversations, going from how can we engage with a local community here in Spain, here in Italy, here in Canada, here in Uruguay. Like, you know, people came from a lot of different places. So for us, a great opportunity to connect with different communities, all involved in the XRP ledger, but also a lot of new faces, people who came for the first time at Apex, either for the sake of discovering this ecosystem, people from other ecosystems too. We met people from the NEAR Foundation, from the Avalanche Foundation, the Cardano ecosystem. I mean, really interesting to see that they're genuinely interested to build bridges with other ecosystems. That's, I think, a big turning point for the blockchain world in general to see these bridges being created. And also young people, you know, coming from the local university in Malaysia and Singapore, who have like a passion for blockchain and want to dig deeper into what they can do with it. Is there any opportunity for them? Is there an internship I can do somewhere? How can we connect these people together? So for me, that was really a focal point, meeting with new people, engaging with the people we know. And during the 3 days of conference, starting from the Ubri Connect conference to Apex, I think a few news broke. So Ripple announced a few huge news. Getting the USDC launched on the XRP ledger was announced during Apex. That was a big one. But also here at Commons, we had a few announcements that we cooked for a while and then waited for Apex to announce. The GLOW funding program, the Core Dev Bootcamp for C++ developers. Maybe, Luc, you want to double click on the GLOW funding program for people who have missed it. By the way, everything is available on replay. A lot of the keynotes are on replay on CoinDesk YouTube channel, and more will come to the XRPL Foundation YouTube channel. So if you've missed some of them or if you were not able to attend, you can just go and watch them again. But Luc, do you want to?
Yeah, just a few words. Actually, I wanted to start by saying, you know, we kicked off Apex with a product roadmap session where we had a lot of people showed up. It was very participative. We gathered some great feedback, and we announced this initiative around the XRP profile, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, thanks everyone who participated in that session. That was a really great session to kick things off. And then on Wednesday, we announced a new funding program called GLOW. As you know, at Commons, you know, we really believe that decentralized systems should also have ecosystems should also have many different alternatives for funding. And so we're very excited to launch our first in-house funding program, GLOW. It's a retroactive funding program. It's quite different than anything else that exists so far in the ecosystem. And it's targeted at open source contributions. The platform out of which it's running is glow.xrpl-commons.org. You can check out all the information on there. We have an open source documentation of all the flows and processes around GLOW. And if we're right now actively looking for scouts and judges for this initiative, and you can apply or show your interest directly on the website. It's there's a form in there for that. So yeah, super excited to kick this funding program off. The first wave will be end of September. And yeah, feel free to also reach out to me if you have any questions or, so for scouts, for judges, but also for, tell us about your projects, and we'd be really happy to hear about that. And yeah.
Just want to take 1 second here as we are I think, broadcasted on Twitter. I know last time there was kind of a glitch. So if you're on Twitter and you hear us, just say hello on our Twitter. Someone will check that everything is happening according to the plan. So yeah, that was my takeaways. A lot of great follow-ups happening right now. Like, we're trying to answer emails from people we engaged during the conference. If we haven't reached back yet, please be patient. There's quite a backlog, but super pumped about the new projects that are coming. And maybe for everyone to understand how rich this research conference was before Apex, Vera, who's sitting by me, maybe you can walk us through what Ubri is and what this conference brings to the ecosystem.
Yeah, with pleasure. Thank you, David. Good afternoon to everyone, and thanks for joining us in this sunny afternoon Bay Paris. It's a great pleasure to see you. My name is Vera, and I'm leading the education activities at XRPL Commons. And as you mentioned, we just came back from Singapore, where for the first time, the annual meeting of the University Blockchain Research Initiative, which is UBRI, took place together with Apex. So what is UBRI? UBRI was launched by Ripple in 2018 to support academic research, technical development, innovation, and a lot of activities without the blockchain academic space. And so far, they already have 60 different members. And this year in Singapore, there were more than 40 different universities who came to the National University of Singapore, and you mentioned, to share their latest papers. We worked hard as always. This was a full day of interesting takeaways, but we also partied hard throughout a great cocktail reception in beautiful Singapore. The agenda was very rich. One of the key takeaways for me was the growing convergence of AI and blockchain. The conference really emphasized how these technologies are being applied to real-world challenges, from DeFi and interoperability to financial inclusion, sustainability, and of course, much more that I cannot list here together. It was also exciting to see the ongoing evolution of the XRP ledger in general, particularly different developments around stablecoins and blockchain for good initiatives that a lot of researchers within the network are working on. I would like to also use this opportunity to send a warm thank you to Lauren and Emma, and congratulations to all the UBRI Awards winners for the great organization, for their vision, for the innovation and the outstanding contributions that are dealing. And here at XRPL Commons, we really aim to support and accompany them throughout all of these activities. We had a chance also to host an academic breakfast as a side event at Apex, and we showcased different collaborative projects with several UBRI partners, UCLA, Berkeley, the Morgan State University, the University College of London, the National University of Singapore. And it was an incredible moment to take live insights, to collaborate more, to search for new opportunities, and to find ways to move forward with this global network. Yes, 60 universities, 60 different locations, but the vibes are all the same. The energy is very positive, and we're very much looking forward to many more collaborative projects. And if you're here now at the meetup coming from a university that's part of this network and you haven't been in touch yet, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be very happy to support and create different opportunities for collaboration together. Thank you.
Thank you, Vera. Okay, now let's open up the discussion a bit, and we have several community members joining us today. So first, I'll ask Shen and maybe Guillaume if you want to say a few words about how was this Apex for you? What were your key takeaways? If there was anything that stood out, both in terms of sessions or experiences. So yeah, the floor is yours.
Hey everyone, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, so it was a really great Apex. It was my third year at Apex, and it was just so amazing to see how much growth there is within the conference every single year. I think like thinking about all of the sessions from this year, one that really stood out to me was, I think, David's opening presentation. It's a presentation that he does at every Apex, but it was just so exciting to see all of the unique features and functionalities that are coming to the ledger. I'd say it was the most exciting opening Apex presentation that he's done over the last few years. So that was really great to see, and really looking forward to things like permission decks and lending protocol and things like that. When it comes to meeting people at Apex, it was really, really great to meet Crip and Ryder. I'm sure many people would have said the same thing. It was really great to finally meet someone face to face who you've spoken to so much online before. So that was really great, and we had some really great conversations about, the life of an XRPL content creator and how to create quality content for the ecosystem. So yeah, that was great, and it's just awesome to see all of the other ecosystem builders and participants face to face. So yeah, that was great, and of course seeing the whole Commons team again was really, really great to see. Guillaume, do you want to talk a little bit about some takeaways and stuff?
Yeah, sure. I can add a few words. Hi, everyone. So yeah, for us, it was really great to meet everybody and also to show a bit of our newest project, which is like a AI terminal, and we have been building that for the last 6 months. And Apex was really great to show that to people and speak about AI and blockchain and how they can merge together. I'm seeing Marco in the audience. We have been able to show the terminal to some people at FriiPay, Marco among them. So it was really great to get all the feedback from the Ripple team as well, because it's really how this terminal can be used. And also, my personal opinion is that David Schwartz spoke a lot about DeFi and how at the end he said that AI could help do some blockchain exploration and like doing some AI transactions. So that's what we are building with our project. So it was really energizing for us, and we are really looking forward to finish these terminals and to release that to the community and have some feedbacks. And yeah, and I'm also really looking forward to see how AI could just emerge until next Apex, because there was like a few projects, but not a lot. So yeah, let's see how it can emerge for the next year.
Thank you. CryptoQueen, I see you're also connected, and also thank you so much for streaming this on Twitter. So I was wondering, what were your key takeaways from Apex?
Yeah, thanks, Sophie. Hi, everyone. I guess there were lots of key takeaways, but some standouts for me were stable coins and RWA tokenization and how that's evolving. And then also I was pretty excited by Mayuka's workshop that she did in her presentation on programmability. And I guess the community member that I was excited to meet was Panos from Anados, and I saw his presentation and I was very impressed. I thought he smashed that out of the park. And for me, there wasn't any one person, but it was about meeting people that I had met previously and meeting new people as well.
Great, thank you so much. We also have Marco here, who can maybe tell us a bit more about the hackathon that took place just before the conference.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me here. Well, I mean, first of all, I think Apex was fantastic. I think the energy was really high, and the quality of the speakers was excellent. But you know, one of the things which was very unique is and really stood out was like this time. I feel like for the first time, at least, I experienced like these different sub ecosystems together. So something that is particular to XRPL, it's that it's surrounded by not just like a single type of persona. Like there are multiple sub communities. One of these is like formed by academics, which is what Ubri is. Another one that I interact a lot with is developers projects that are trying to build on top of XRPL, and there are multiple other ones. And I think for the first time, like seeing the combination of and interactions, it was just really something different. And at the end of the day, that's what at least for me, it made this Apex really special. All coming together in one place. And I think that's what the goal of Apex in general is. So I think it was mission accomplished, and hackathon was no an exception of these. I think we saw a combination of like different type of developers coming. We had like this strategy to, first of all, like we try to create like different tracks because we have like different people trying multiple things. One of the tracks was focusing on XRP Ledger, which is the most important one. But there was also like a second track, which is all of these things that are more experimental, things that are still not live. This can be like multiple features that are only on DevNet or like surrounding systems such as the EVM sidechain, and things that are not fully like in production. I think that created like an opportunity to create a full track. So people split it between these two, and on the top of that, we also created like these bounties, which just help us to incentivize people to also like select one of the topics that we consider important. So this time, like with Ripple Impact, we had one bounty specifically for social impact, and that like what it did is like it created an incentive for the majority of the projects to try to find like an angle to create like social impact to really create a solution that ultimately benefits people. So that makes developers to think a little bit further in that direction. So I think that I think was really successful, and the same thing for other features that we consider important, which include like the MPT tokens that a lot of people talked about, and things that today are just things that are not live on mainnet, but they will be. And it's important for us to like get feedback and start collecting like what's the sentiment, what are the reactions. So I think all of that created an amazing thing. Also, the ability to organize these hackathons in a way that multiple organizations gather. So like this hackathon was great because Commons was there with all of the support, technical support from Luke, from Thomas, from David, but also at the same time we had Pierces doing the same, being present, and like the Ripple developer relations team, plus Ubri, right? So all of that combined, I think just made like good experience for the developers because they had like different perspectives from all of us, helping them figure out how to tell a story, how to write, fix bugs, and ultimately it was intense. There were like a lot of teams, I think 50 submissions, but it was like very successful and a very good way to start like the week, because at the end of the day, a lot of these people who are new to the ecosystem came to this other event in the other venue, was impressive, and it just like added a lot of value. So pretty tired but satisfied overall. I think it was amazing.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to what you said, Marco, for people to realize how much work it was to select the speakers, because we had several tracks, but I think we only retained. So there was an editorial committee made of about 15 people. I think 15 people that I've met during the weekly meetings that started almost 6 months before Apex started. And during these committees, we had many conversations about what are the key topics that we want to bring forward. And there were pretty argumentative conversations, because a lot of the topics that some of the speakers would bring forward are not yet in production. Some of them are really experimental, but it was a good combination, I found, after all, because I knew what talks we declined and what talks we accepted. I felt that it was a good combination of both. Like, it was not too far-fetched, but also it led the window towards what the future can look like. But so for the speakers we applied, and their talks were not kept for the final selection. I know it was a lot, so I would encourage you next year to apply again, because the editorial angle might change. But it was eventually a good mix of a bit of everything, like some really concrete stuff about building on the XRPL or maintaining the XRPL itself, and also like future amendments or future pieces of technologies that might be added to the ledger later. I think we have Farhan who just joined. Farhan and Nabil from FriiPay had a booth there, and the experiment was amazing. Maybe Farhan, you can tell us about what you demonstrated during Apex at your booth in introducing direct payment with RLUSD.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Hello, everyone. Hello, family. Back to the UK now and feeling myself again. So the 14-hour flight definitely took it out of me. I think I'm getting old. Just really wanted to share just the three sort of things. One, been to many Apexes, and I just felt that this Apex was the best one yet. The Ubri bit that we've added on, it was just a great mix of people coming from different ways of looking at the ledger and looking at blockchain. And so really, I just think that the events team they smashed it again. And, Commons bringing all of your brains together and making that event the way you did was just brilliant. And I just look forward to the next one. Second point, so many events we see that people come to the event, a Ripple event or XRPL event, and leave without actually having an XRPL wallet. So, the showcasing now the ability to use your wallet in everyday situations like buying a hat from a store, was brilliant. But actually just seeing that people had to get connected to the XRP ledger, download a wallet, have some XRP, and then use that to do something that was real, I think was a great addition, and one that we should continue to do as we move on. We should be as digital as possible. It annoyed me, my conversation with Brad at Swell, that I was handed a paper token to go and get my merch. I mean, why am I being given pieces of paper when we're supposed to be the digital revolution, right? So no going back. One takeaway, please, no going back to paper, and as much technology as we can show at the events is a winner for all of us, and as many people as we can get connected to the XRPL using these events should be a mandate of ours. And the last thing that I just really wanted to share was, we met such a different from David Schwartz's opinion to just a regular student's opinion on, using the ledger to make a payment the way that we did, and using a stable coin, something that they can depend on. And really, it was just fascinating, just something that I wanted to share, that the biggest takeaway or the biggest thing people were excited about was actually getting the receipt when they used a digital and it's so funny that all that technology and all those man hours that Nabil puts into making all this stuff work, and actually the one piece of the puzzle that everybody liked was a receipt. So it shows us that we are still in a world where people are still real, they're still used to the old ways, and this event has showed me even more now that if you are going to integrate Web 2 and Web 3, it must look and feel the same as much as possible. We're not building this new world. We have to kind of bridge this real life experience, and having that receipt and having that many people, pretty much everyone that did it commented about the receipt and just the tearing of the sound of the receipt. Who knew that a receipt was going to become such an important part of the solution? But those are my takeaways. So thank you very much, CryptoQueen. Thank you very much. You spent a lot of time with us, Shen. Again, you're an absolute superstar and doing great. Just keep going, my friend.
Thank you, Varane.
Thank you. I think CryptoQueen wanted to jump back in and say a few more words.
Oh yeah, thanks, Sophie. I just wanted to highlight a session. I just wanted to come back, XRPL Commons Lunch and Learn session. So this was a really great sort of informal session to be able to meet up with everyone. And I just wanted to come back and say that was a really great initiative. The other one was the partner meetings. It was like speed dating. It was in the room and you had 10 minutes to meet people and find out more about them and their projects. And I enjoyed like meeting Monica, obviously, and seeing the Commons team again. And yeah, that's really, I just wanted to come back and say that. And, you know, obviously Shan, Farhan, meeting you guys, and Gilliam as well. Thanks.
As you know, as long as there's food, the networking is always happening in a good manner. But I think it is, you know, it is a good takeaway, Daniela, that we don't need to over-engineer our meetups. We don't need like to have the best locations and a huge stage and a huge screen. Just having a table, a couple of drinks, a bit of food, enabling the conversations, having the right tools to enable the conversations, really turns into gold for everyone. These connections that are intentional and intentionally maintained are really important for the community.
Yeah, and we also have Vyacheslav from Bithomp here. I don't know if you also wanted to first start with your key takeaways from Apex, and then I think you also have some news to share with the community.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Right. So, hi everyone. I'm Vyacheslav, the founder of Bithomp, a blockchain explorer and a toolset for the XRPL that's been around since 2015. So, yeah, the Apex was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to see many of you actually there. And I usually really appreciate meetings offline because you can feel the energy and you can get easily inspired. That's basically the short takeaway. I just like to meet everyone in person. So about the announcement, some of you know us for the tools we build, for developers, for NFT creators, for regular users. But today I'm here not just as Bithomp, but as co-organizer, because we are putting together something exciting, something that's been missing in Europe this year. So I'm happy to officially announce the first ever Chain of Blocks Summit, which is going to be held in Valletta, Malta on September 2nd, 2025. A full day of XRPL insights, great speakers, and Web3 energy you will actually feel. So we co-organizing it together with our friends at Snowman, XRPL native project working on NFTs, real-world assets, and onboarding new communities into Web3 through education. This event is made for everyone. For developers, we'll have technical sessions, demos, and real use cases. For users, you will get to know tools, wallets, and projects you can use today. For builders and founders, meet investors, partners, and your next teammates. Even regulators and institutions are welcome. We want to bridge the Web 2, Web 3 world. Our goals: to showcase what's being built on XRPL, to onboard new people and projects, connect the XRPL community face-to-face, same as like on Apex, and to have a really good time doing it because we're gonna be on Mediterranean island. So get involved. We are currently looking for speakers, sponsors, inviting new XRPL projects to present and demo. And we encourage the community to join us in Malta on September 2nd. If you're building something, we want you on stage. If you're using XRPL, come connect in real life. If you want to learn and meet cool people, this is your moment. So the summit is made by the community for the community. It's the first step for something bigger, and we would love for you to be a part of it. Yeah, thanks for listening. Feel free to DM me if you want to get involved, to speak or support. So let's build, and I'll hope to see you all in Malta, September 2nd. Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, we're excited, and yeah, also very happy to be sponsoring the event at XRPL Commons.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I think we have a bit of time for some Q&A as well. So feel free to type in your questions in the Q&A section of the webinar, and we can address them. I think we have a first question that came in from Dazzling. David mentioned that the GLOW program is for C++ developers. I'm wondering if this program extends to non-C++ developers, and can you expand a little on how developers can get involved and what to expect? So Luke or David, if you want to address the question.
I think actually there's a confusion. GLOW is a retroactive funding program. It's open to all developer types. It just has to be open source projects. That's the one that I mentioned earlier. You can find all the information at glow.xrpl-commons.org. It's really literally like the entire program is open source, and so you can see how everything is going to happen. But we are also excited about an initiative, program we're running. It's a training program that we're running July 11th through July 24th of July. And that is what we're calling Core Developer Bootcamp. It's essentially run by Dennis Angel, who's the program manager, who's been designing the curriculum and all the orchestrating all the material, the syllabus, and the speakers and everything. And that will be a program designed to train sort of the next generation of core devs. It's a 2-week, very intensive program. Of course, we realize you can't do it all in 2 weeks, but we're going to try and cram as much information and know-how into those 2 weeks, and with a lot of practical exercises, a lot of all the pedagogical tools that we put together that we use in our usual trainings. Those that have participated in our developer trainings know how much care we put into running these programs, and so we're going to put all of that energy into this Core Dev Bootcamp, and that is because we're going to explore RippleD in depth. We're looking for intermediate C++ developers because we just won't have time to teach you C++. So it really is. We're starting this edition with advanced intermediate advanced C++ developers. You can find all the information about that, how to apply, on our website. There's a dedicated webpage which goes into a lot of the details that you might be interested in. And that specific program is open to intermediate C++ developers who want to learn more about how blockchain works from the inside, and specifically the architecture of RippleD, and getting more familiar with coding inside of RippleD.
Thank you. I also put the links for both initiatives in the answers if you want to check them out. So we also have a question that came in from X regarding the community's interested in a 5-day hackathon. Is that something XRPL Commons would be interested in? Like the idea of a 5-day hackathon?
Why not? The good thing about the hackathon is the intensity. So we can do month-long hackathon online. We can do week-long hackathon. The weekend size of a hackathon is ideal because we can come support people face to face while they are building. We can answer their questions live. We can be there at the moment they really need us. It's harder to do that on a week. But why not? If you're interested in hosting a hackathon, ask us how we can support you. For now, we don't have a plan to host a hackathon on 5 days, but why not? I mean,
maybe we can say that we actually did participate in a 2 weeks hackathon in Africa.
Yeah.
In March, remotely, of course, but all of these initiatives are welcomed.
There's another question about startup community related to XRP Ledger at an international level.
If there is one.
So
or
there
does
is
it exist?
there is not one platform, but I would say there are several platforms. So our vision for the community is that because it is so spread, we need to have local engagement. Ourselves, we're based in Paris. We have team members that are in different countries, but you know, we have most of our team is in Paris, but we operate internationally. So if you're around Europe, there's probably a city nearby that we are going to visit or have already visited with a meetup. If you're further in APAC, there's an association in Japan that is rising and starting to organize the community locally in Japan. There's another group of people who are building XRPL Korea in South Korea. We're really looking forward to seeing these different initiatives spreading around. I know CryptoQueen and Dazzling are active in Australia. There are people in the Middle East. Ripple has several offices where they also engage with the community locally in Canada, in San Francisco, New York, in Singapore, in Dubai. So you know, there's not like one ring to rule them all. There are several local entities that are spreading the word around. So the question is from T.S. Paskov. If you are in a place where there's no local initiative, maybe you want to be the one holding the flag locally, and we can help you do that.
And I think it's also a good segue to mention the meetups,
Yeah.
because the meetups also serve this goal of creating local hubs wherever you are and meeting the local blockchain ecosystem and XRPL ecosystem. So in terms of upcoming meetups, we have one next week coming up in Brussels on the 24th of June. And then the week after, we are going to Cannes, to the south of France, and hosting a side event during ETCC Cannes together with Clearsys, XLR, and Ripple. So we will be also sharing the links for these meetups, and would love to see you there if you're around.
ETC is a very big gathering around the Ethereum community, but over the years it has been opening to other ecosystems to blend together. So this year we're hosting this side event. I think we're already oversubscribed, but if you're in the XRPL community and you happen to be in Cannes for ECC, just reach out to us directly, because I think we closed
No, we are still
tickets.
accepting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, a few more days when we are accepting bookings for this side event.
Yeah. And I also see that Matt arrived to the room. Hi.
Hi, Matt.
Sorry for being late.
I don't know if I should put you on the spot and ask you about Apex or your
Whatever you want.
listening.
Whatever you want.
If you can come a bit closer.
Oh, yeah.
You want to share any takeaways from Apex?
You know, I really enjoyed meeting everyone at Apex. I think that's one of the things that I really wasn't expecting at the conference. And so you meet people, so you should sort of expect that. But the conversations and the ability to go deep on subjects was really, really something that I enjoyed, both from the engineering and also from the community side. So that was kind of a thing that I was pleasantly surprised by. What was your other question? I'm sorry. Anything else about Apex?
Yeah, anything, any engaging conversations you had, or
Yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of engineering conversations that, you know, people were interested in ways that the foundation could help them to do better at logging, or do, you know, explore ways that we can make Ripple better, or just get started in the community. There was like sort of everything in between. So yeah, it was great. I already missed the food, so
yeah.
I walked by a Singaporean restaurant in Paris here and was pleasant. It's like, oh, I'll have to check that out.
I think it was really good. Yeah. It was really good that it was in a new place. I mean, having Amsterdam for 2 years in a row was great, and for us it was really convenient. It was just a train ride. But being remote for us for a few days was like really being immersed with the community. There was no like nothing else to do while we were there. We went for Apex. We blended with the community.
I met a lot of people from the Asia Pacific region, which I was really happy to do. And I think that new work came out of that with communities that are emerging, and like meeting the people on the ground was really important.
I agree. I also wanted to give a shout out to Anurag's presentation with the new XRP Scan console. So Anurag, I don't know if you're connected. No, I think it's pretty late for anything now. But Anurag came and presented a new feature that he developed on XRP Scan, which is a search engine that lets you go through pretty much every object on the XRP ledger, super quick, super fast to answer. I told myself we should feature more core products from the XRPL. Next year, I hope we'll be able to host also XRPL Win, who's building a lot of cool tools like these. And having more of these tools that we use on a daily basis featured on stage. I think we're almost at time. Is there any other question that we want to answer? So yeah, TS Paskov is offering to lead a meetup in Bulgaria. Well, we'll be supporting you if you have enough people around you and enough people who want to organize this meetup. Do a little market investigation. Is there an XRPL community based in Sofia? If there is, we'll be happy to support you doing that.
We don't have any other questions for
Any
now.
questions?
So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, it's always great to have this.
I can have one question for you.
Yeah.
What's your, like, as the Commons team and like driving the adoption on XRPL? What are you excited for the coming year, and what's your hopes for until next Apex?
Well, I think there's one topic that was addressed in many different ways during Apex is how can we generate value directly from our XRPs? So several services are being deployed and developed at the moment. Flare announced a new protocol and a new set of tools to allow for staking XRPs. I know other companies are working on the same sort of solutions. Protocols are waiting. Some lending protocols are waiting for the EVM sidechain to be fully launched on a mainnet to offer their services to token holders on the XRPL. I think it is the most burning question and burning topic at the moment. At least that's what excites people the most. I'd say this is a big wave that we see coming. And from a personal perspective, I think the work that we're doing at the new foundation will be very intense this year, and I'm looking forward to being able to go on stage next year, along with Matt, other board members, and maybe newly elected board members, to announce more of what this foundation will be able to do.
Okay, I think that's
It's
it.
a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Thank
Thanks,
you so
everyone.
much for joining. And yeah, we will see you very soon with the upcoming meetups and also upcoming town halls. I think we will have one after the summer break. So yeah, stay tuned.
Thank you, CryptoQueen, for broadcasting, and hi to everyone who was listening from X. See you very soon.